Hi and welcome to VegFest London 2016! Woo!
VegfestUK is Britain's biggest vegan festival, where the public can find out about compassionate living, from food to ethical cosmetics, talks, charitable causes and health advice.
There are many reasons people investigate a vegan lifestyle. Maybe they just believe that we should respect all life and that by eating food that doesn't involve suffering, it's a better way to go.
It may be to help the environment. Animal agriculture has been found to be incredibly destructive. And if we all switch into a plant-based diet, the world could sustain a far greater amount of people.
And it may be for health and fitness. Everyone knows cutting animal products from our diets slashes the risk of developing chronic illnesses such as heart disease, cancer and strokes. You will look and feel better too.
Today we'll be meeting the plant-based athletes who have shaped their success and careers around veganism. And we'll be asking them why this lifestyle has worked so well for them.
Hi, I'm standing here with Team Shieff, who is twice world champion Freerunner. Hi team.
Hey Daryna.
What is the actual biggest difference you notice in your athlete lifestyle since you switched to a vegan diet?
It would be hard to say what the biggest difference is because there's so many and so many are equally important to me, you know. Physically, I just felt my joints were more functioning better and I was recovering better, which as an athlete who competes in an impact sport, you need to have good joint recovery, otherwise over time you deteriorate. And then even mentally, the clarity, my focus was better. And especially in something I do, it's such pinpoint accuracy and control. If you're milliseconds out with your brain, that's going to affect how you land, how you absorb the landing. So everything from that. And then even spiritually, I just felt like more aligned with my true self.
Any advice you would give to a vegan, to athlete who is curious about a vegan diet, but for them it seems like vegetables, what do you do? Like, I don't want to ask you what do you eat, but any advice for people who might be starting that?
I think you can read every blog on diets, every book on nutrition, every YouTube video talking about someone's experience and what they believe. But these are just maths. These aren't the experience of the journey. So until you actually try different diets, try Atkins diet, try paleo, try high carb raw vegan. See what you feel. And for me, I've tried these diets and veganism felt like the most satisfying one in every sense, mentally, physically, spiritually. And when you experience it, that's it. You can read all you want, but you're not actually experiencing the journey. So it's important for people to go and try these different things out, and then the truth speaks for itself in the experience.
What is VegFest without some good old bodybuilding? And I've got some amazing guests with me today. I've got Nimai Delgado, who's come all the way from America, and I've got Stephen Coote. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you.
Stephen is from good old Britain, so we've got someone here on home turf. And you guys are doing some talks today, aren't you? What are you doing today?
So today I'll be speaking about 4 p.m. and I'll be talking about the new era of vegan bodybuilding. And essentially what I'm talking about when I mean new era is that there has been a recent shift in movement in bodybuilding, and I plan to bring veganism to the forefront of that. As being a vegan bodybuilder, I recently became professional, and I want to show people what kind of possibilities there are on an all plant-based diet when previously it's just unknown. People are just unaware of it. So all I'm trying to do is bring to light that you can compete against the best in the world and actually succeed against the best in the world, and just enlighten people, because the more people get enlightened on a subject, the more they're likely to spread it and kind of have that ripple effect and become interested in it and say, hey, you know what? I want to give it a try too.
How do you feel, Stephen? Because like you guys, I've been a vegetarian all my life.
Oh, awesome.
And I went vegan, I'd say about 3 years ago. And the one thing that I noticed more than anything was a huge abundance of energy and almost like a mental clarity, which I didn't have before. Is that how you feel with your training?
Yeah, so when I went vegan 4 years ago, my hay fever cleared up completely, which was amazing. The training, I only started training after I became a vegan, so all of my gains have been made as a vegan. So I only had to give up cheese, and that's it really. It wasn't much, wasn't very hard to do.
Where do you guys compete? If people want to see you competing, where should they look?
So I've only recently started competing last year, and it's all been in California. So if you guys want to come see me compete, you can come to California and watch me step on stage. I'm actually 2 weeks away from my first professional show. So that one's also in Sacramento, California. So if you're in the area, be sure to come and support your fellow vegan bodybuilder.
You guys do stuff online as well. Have you got a YouTube account?
Yeah, we've got a video we made a couple of days ago that we shot in the gym, which hopefully you'll be able to see during this. And I'll be competing in powerlifting next year in Britain, so in the Drug-Free Powerlifting Association.
And just to wrap it up, can you guys please show everyone your guns? Just,
How did I know this was
just to prove that vegans can have muscles. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. Come on. Oh, I haven't got any. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
Don't even go there. But yes.
I'll do a double.
Absolutely no excuse. There you go. These guys are professional bodybuilders. They look amazing, and it's all on a plant-based diet.
I'm here with vegan bodybuilding champion Karl Bruder. How are you, brother?
Very good, you. Thanks, Paul.
You've had a competition since going vegan. How did you get on at your comp?
Competition really went well. 2 days out, best shape of my life. I got a little bit of food poisoning. Woke up on the day of the show not feeling too great. Still managed to pull myself together, get to the show, and still brought the best package of my life and still smashed the show. So regardless of what happened, I still brought my best package ever, which is quite amazing. It's given me motivation going into the Mr. Universe that I'm going to be around maybe 6 to 8 pounds heavier than I was at the last show and in better condition. So even more progress since then. So yeah, the last show, best condition, the driest I ever looked, best I ever felt, considering being ill, but I'm talking about running up to the show. The whole process, going in, dieting as a vegan, a lot easier to do. I've always kept it quite quiet because I find that, as you know, a lot of people find the vegan thing quite offensive. So I've found more people ask me about it by being quiet, and they've approached me more seeing, because everyone knows that I've done it, and the questions are, is he still vegan? Yeah, everyone, I think most of the people do know, but I don't really preach about it online or on Facebook or anything. I kind of keep myself to myself. But yeah, I've kept vegan all the way through. I'm going to be doing it for the rest of my life. And Mr. Universe, I mean, the people in the Weber International, they know that I'm vegan. So everyone knows leading up to the show that I'm doing it still. And there's a lot of anticipation is he going to be better? So I kind of like to be a little bit low profile to give a bit more surprise, because I think it's better to show someone than tell them. I can show you better than I can tell you. I believe in that. By doing that in my last show, I didn't preach too much about it. And then by bringing out a big surprise, it's more of a, wow, this guy's done this as a vegan. Then the questions come.
Well, guys, I'm here with the 2014 Triathlon World Champion, Kate Strong. Hey, Kate.
Hi, guys. Hi.
Thanks for spending time with us. So, we're at the VegFest, London, 2016, and I'm first off most interested in understanding how did the veganism thing start for you to begin with?
It started in 2012. I just started running again. I couldn't run a mile and thought it was about time that I changed that. So running up and down the hill, wheezing with my asthma. Everyone kept saying to me, well, people I valued their opinion kept saying, give up your dairy. And I was going, there's no link to what I eat and how I feel, don't be crazy. And then one day I bit the bullet, gave up everything, milk, cheese, all that theoretical good stuff. And overnight I was running quicker, faster, I felt cleaner, people couldn't hear me, my asthma cleared up. And after that I was just, wow, this is something great and I want to keep it on. And eventually meat dropped off after a few months and I'm now whole food plant-based.
Well, congratulations on the World Championship, that's incredible. And with the sports in mind, we're standing on this incredible bike. In fact, there's two, because I understand you've got a backup bike in case one goes wrong.
Exactly.
And you're about to embark on something in a couple of hours from now, absolutely incredible. What is it you're about to do? Because this blows my mind.
I will be the world's first female, well, the first female in the world to attempt to cycle 24 hours non-stop on this bicycle here.
And that starts at 3 o'clock.
Starts at 3 o'clock.
Today, Saturday, finishes at 3 o'clock tomorrow, Sunday, at VegFest 2016. Incredible. And so you've got a whole load of food here that so what kind of, do you have any idea of the sort of number of calories you'll consume and burn during this kind of exercise?
I go a lot by experiential, so I go by feeling. I'm always testing things on my body to see what works, what doesn't work, obviously enhance what does and drop what doesn't. I am an engineer by trade as well, so I'm always backing it up with data once I feel something good. What I've learned is 100% whole foods. So it's almond milk, coconut water, fruits, nuts, berries, all blended together. Because I'm under such stress, cycling for so long, I won't be eating any solid food, so everything will be 100% liquidated as well.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yo!
I'm Pat Reeves. I work in nutritional medicine, both in the UK, in Detroit, and in Germany.
And when did you start doing that?
When I got ill, basically. So that's like more than 30 years ago.
Wow.
So I took up nutritional medicine in order to help me and understand what was going on with me.
And it obviously worked very, very well for you.
Well, I'm still alive.
And how do you relate veganism and vegan lifestyle and what you do to your...
Well, obviously not everybody I see follows what you and I would do.
Yeah, of course.
But it is a great healing concept. So obviously most conditions start with inflammation.
Yeah.
And so animal products increase inflammation. So the less of those they eat, the better they are.
Do you have any recommendations for people how to start juicing and eating raw living foods? Because like I'm really useless. I can just chop it up, put it together, but that's pretty much it.
I think anybody who isn't juicing is missing a big part of healthy living. So, you know, the reason for juicing is so that you can hold the juices in your mouth and get the nutrients absorbed directly into the bloodstream.
Okay.
So it doesn't go through, or most of it doesn't go through the digestive process.
Okay.
So that's why things for juicing need to be organic.
I'm here with Dave Smith, who's an amazing Paralympian, and you're an MBE, aren't you, as well?
Yeah.
When were you awarded this?
So after the London Olympics and Paralympics, everyone who won a gold medal was awarded an MBE on the Queen's Honours list. So yeah, it was a nice accumulation to a lifetime dream of winning an Olympic medal. But you don't do sport for honours and awards; they just sort of happen. So it's always quite humbling when it does. But ultimately, I never took up sport to get an MBE. It was just something that I guess was a byproduct of working hard.
What do you specialise in? What's your main sports?
Well, there's been a few. I started off in karate, and I did karate at 3 World Championships for Great Britain. Then I ended up in athletics. Before athletics ended, I was a brakeman in the British bobsleigh team for about 6 years, and then I ended up in rowing. I won a gold medal in London in rowing, and then after that I retired from rowing and moved to cycling. And
yeah, you've done some amazing things. And how long have you been a vegan for?
4 years, just round about the London time. I stumbled across Rich Roll's book, and I read Finding Ultra. And at the same time I was chatting a lot to Brendan Frazier, and it just seemed like such a logical thing to do from a sports perspective.
Yeah.
And I had what I thought was a healthy athlete's diet, and it wasn't until I went away and studied nutrition, learned about nutrition, spoke a lot with those guys, and actually realised that I'd probably been getting it wrong for 20 years of my sporting career.
And going vegan, how do you think that enhanced your performance?
I think for me the first thing, I felt lighter, and I felt that I could focus a lot more intensely on what I needed to do. My sleep improved, and ultimately as an athlete your next session begins when your session ends, so you look at recovery, and with the vegan diet I found that my recovery had accelerated by 100%. All of a sudden, lower inflammation rates, my pH levels were a lot more alkaline, and I just felt a lot more fresh and a lot more healthier, and also changed my mood energetics. So I became a lot more relaxed. So I think where in the past I maybe burnt a lot of energy through my adrenal glands with fatigue, but I wasn't training, all of a sudden now I felt much more in control of my whole body and my mind, and that allowed me to recover.
Robert Cheeke of Vegan Bodybuilding and Fitness. Good to meet you at last.
Absolutely, great meeting you as well. So I started bodybuilding back in 2000, and I had a career of competitive bodybuilding about 2001 to 2010.
Yeah.
The last 6 years, I've been writing books, I've been traveling, I've been training for the fun of it. No competitions, not training like a bodybuilder, not necessarily eating like a bodybuilder, just training for the fun of it.
Yeah, and wanting to be well.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So you don't know what it's like to bodybuild as a meat eater anyway?
No, I was a skinny long distance runner.
Yeah.
I was I don't know kilos, but I weighed 120 pounds when I became vegan, and got up to over 200 pounds over the years. This is Shredded. This is the main book right now. So this is a whole food approach to building your body on a plant-based diet. So supplement-free approach in this specific case, free of processed foods as well. This is eating real foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, grains, seeds, legumes, getting back to the basics. Where does nutrition come from? You know, where are the vitamins, minerals, amino acids, fatty acids, where does this come from? It's whole food state. So eating the best foods for performance. And that's what I've been aiming with this book.
And so many people think like for performance, they have to eat a certain way, all these supplements, but no, you're showing eat real food.
That's what I wanted to show with this book. What I wanted to show was that, okay, here's a healthy way of eating to prevent and reverse disease. But how does that work for the athlete? Can the athlete still build muscle, increase strength, improve endurance, excel as an athlete? So I put it to work. Are you still gonna get enough protein just eating whole foods? Well, the answer is yes, because the body doesn't require very much protein, as you know. And so you get plenty protein just eating a diverse variety of whole foods.
Where can people find you online?
Veganbodybuilding.com, at Robert Cheeke on Twitter, Vegan Bodybuilding and Fitness on Instagram. Just look for the smiling thumbs up.
Fantastic. Thank you, brother.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it.
So guys, I'm now here with Agnes and David, who run a very special kind of personal training business, but with a difference. So guys, Agnes, if I can start with you, what is the nature of your business?
Yes, so we believe the personal training is really the past. What now should happen that everybody should provide their clients with a very holistic approach, which is from mindfulness, mindset, nutrition, and fitness. And this is exactly what we do. We have non-profit organization which called Lifestyle and Preventive Medicine, which is supported by our profit organization called The Transformers, of course. And we have also happy boot camps. We provided in the last year only over 20,000 people with free fitness classes, amazing boot camps just in London. And now we have our happy boot camps in 10 different countries, and we hope to move 1 billion people very shortly around the world and connect in this amazing program.
What an incredible endeavour, and how amazing that you're taking that approach, which to me, as someone who's, I've used personal trainers over the years, it's a completely unique approach I've not come across before. So how do you find that you're differentiating yourself from other traditional personal training methods by this approach you're talking about?
Yeah, we want to incorporate everything that people need in their life, because training is just one aspect. And what we found, because we've worked with over 200,000 people, is that people are missing other parts of their life as well. So we incorporate personal development, we incorporate nutrition, we incorporate business and finance as well. And we bring the spirituality element to it as well, because a lot of people, they live in the past, they live in the future. Not many people live in the present moment, and that's where people need to be. They need to be in the present moment, because when you're in the present moment, then you can take on the opportunities which come your way, because you're more aware of what's going on around you. And not only that, but when you're in the present moment, you can actually be much more grateful for the things that we've got in our life, because so many people these days, they're not grateful for the things they have in their life. They take things for granted, things like having legs, having arms, being able to breathe, being able to see. So when you're in that present moment, you can be grateful for everything in your life. And when you're grateful, you attract much more into your life. If you're not grateful, then you're not going to attract more great things into your life. So you have to be in the present moment to attract all those amazing things into your life.
Well, Team Vegan has had a marvellous day. We've met many athletes that have shown that being vegan has only enhanced their performance for the better.
Not only they're healthier, they're stronger, fitter, and more powerful than ever before due to their vegan lifestyle.
Hopefully we've quashed some of the stereotypes that a vegan lifestyle conjure up and shown you that supermen and women are most certainly powered on green.
We hope that you too will find out more about why veganism is so important, and perhaps take a step towards a cleaner, kinder, more ethical way of living. Bye for now.
See you next year.